slashed to death.
With a knife?
No, it sounds crazy, but it looks like they were killed with a giant pair of scissors.
The giant scissors once again search for prey. A trail of terror stretches across Europe, from Norway to England.
Here it is, the Barrows Mansion. We have to go there and look around, or we'll never solve the mystery of Scissorman.
You've got to be joking. It's way too dangerous.
As long as he's alive, we're not safe anywhere, guys.
One after another, the horrifying murders continue. Who will make it through this game of murder alive? Clock Tower.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Clock Tower for the PS1. Now, ooh, that didn't sound very good. Okay, I believe I got that figured out. There was a glitch. Anyway, so, hello, and welcome to Let's Play Clock Tower. Right, so this is the Clock Tower for the PS1, and, if you haven't seen Clock Tower 1, this is basically the entire story right here. Other than that, I'd say go ahead and watch my Let's Play, because I did do a Let's Play of the basic ending, or one of the endings, from Clock Tower 1. Now, the default ending, of course, will be shown here. In the mountains of Rosmdalen, Norway, stands the Barrows family mansion. This mansion had a large clock tower, by which the locals tended their flocks in the surrounding fields, and the local people called the mansion the Clock Tower. In 1986, the mistress of the Barrows mansion gave birth to twins. From the day they were born, however, it was obvious the twins were not normal and were evil. The twins were given the names Bobby and Dan, who were later to become the murderous Scissormen. In 1995, a young girl from the Granite Orphanage, whose parents died when she was quite small, was lured into the Barrows mansion, where she was attacked by a monster wielding a giant pair of scissors. That monster was the grown-up Bobby. She managed to escape from the terrible horrors, destroy the monster, and flee the mansion. For the next year, all the Norway was caught up with the sensationalized Scissorman murderer. Although Jennifer thought he was dead, Scissorman has reappeared. And that is basically the story. That's where we start off. She's gone home, technically. And, I don't know what that is, to be honest. Hints. Basically, we'll be able to find, papers while exploring the game. And the papers will give us hints on how to, progress through the game, I guess. Or just simple nicks and knacks there. Ending list. Now, that's what's interesting. As you can see, there is a second scenario in this game. You can play as Jennifer, or you can play as Helen. Now, I'm going to be playing as Jennifer first. I'm not going to lie, this won't be a blind playthrough. Clock Tower 1 was basically a blind playthrough, I believe. I think that was the first time I played it. It was the first time I played it all the way through, though. And, so, I'm not going to lie, I wanted to go ahead and get a feel for the PlayStation version of this, how the controls functioned and such. And the game's pretty short, to be honest. I got to, it's set up in scenarios, and I got to the last scenario. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting it to go by that quickly, but it did. Now, as you can see, there's two different scenarios here, so... Okay, I was interrupted there. So, as I was saying, Jennifer has a scenario, and then we have Helen. Helen is basically Jennifer's caretaker, And we'll figure that out at the opening sequence of the game. So actually, without further ado, there's really not much to say. If we die, we can use the continue option, and it'll send us to the room that we died in, I believe. That's how that worked. Of course, save, load, new game. Now, I am playing on a new memory card, so that I didn't have any of those hints. I could have probably deleted the data, but eh. So, new game. Prologue, Samuel Barton. Well, that didn't waste any time. I was reading. Ew. Warpy. Oh yeah, and although I...
Professor Barton. Professor Barton. What on earth are you doing, Professor? You mustn't hypnotize her like this.
Cursor!
She's not ready to remember the murders yet.
Helen, the clock tower murders are fascinating research material for me. I must know the truth of what happened.
She can't take any more of this today, Professor. I'm taking her home.
All right. But remember one thing, Helen. You may be her guardian.
This is Helen.
But you are also my
Jennifer.
assistant.
Yes, Professor.
Bye-bye. Now, what was I trying to say? Oh, yeah. I can't really help some graphical errors or, you know, some minor malfunctions that happen during the game, but it shouldn't really contribute to much. And, although I have played through most of Jennifer's, I didn't beat the game. I played through most of Jennifer's scenario. I've not played through any of Helen's, so... like I said, we're going to go ahead and do Jennifer's first, though. Now, I remember that hint 1 was in this filing cabinet. A file cabinet, Patience, Barton. What's this? There's a memo stuck between the pages. You found hint number 1. And I don't think you can actually access the hints while you're in the game. If you die, then you can go to the hint menu, look, and then press continue. We're going to go ahead and look around a bit. There's a faint smell of ammonia. Okay. A giant pair of scissors is on the desk. They are a replica of the scissors used by the murderer in the clock tower case. These are the weapon he used to slash up his... ... Well, that was very dramatic. It was just like... and then it just stops. The clock tower murders. The mass murder of over 10 victims in this case. How intriguing. Jennifer Simpson. Come on, why is it skipping a bunch? I have to get information out of her for future profiling materials. It's like skipping some of the dialogue. And my controls aren't very good here. It wasn't doing this before, and it might just be due to the way that I'm emulating it. So, turn on and off. Just a light switch. Okay. Alright, well, let's go out into the office then. What do we got in here? My laboratory. Lately, I've been doing mostly criminal psychology research. Staff is still here. Now, I'm basically going to be doing exactly what I did in my off-screen playthrough. Other than that, that is a bit weird. The cursor's not working correctly. I am having some malfunctions. I might go off screen in between videos and try and fix it. Professor, Helen left a few minutes ago and she looked really angry. You know, Helen and Jennifer are really beginning to look like sisters, aren't they? I guess that's what happens when you live together. One mustn't let their personal feelings get in the way. Jennifer is nothing more than another research subject. Now that's rude. She's human, you know. Yes, you're right. What do we have here? A stuffed animal. Looks like a prize won at a fair. Oop, we can get on the computer. What is on the computer? Helen's desk. Okay, nothing much more to say about that. What do we have here? A statue. It is cold. One of the items found at the scene of the clock tower murders. It seems to be hiding some sort of secret. It would be a good idea to get an expert opinion on this. Okay. A statue is cold. One of the items found at the scene of the clock tower murders. It seems to be hiding some sort of secret. It would be a good idea. Okay. So, some of the things in here you have to click on twice to get, like, all the information, I noticed. So that's, if I double click on things, that's why. Scissor Man's rubber mask. A kind sold in cheap. Novelty shops, and seems to be fairly popular. People certainly buy stupid things. I agree, Mr. Barton. I agree totally. Now then, we got the mask. That's probably going to make him look at the mask again, isn't it? Yeah. We don't care to repeat things here, Mr. Barton. Let's go over here. Yeah, I'm just going to skip Mr. Blondie over there. Harris's desk. Clipped out articles of the clock tower story are scattered about. It seems Harris has gone somewhere. We kind of just zoned in on his crotch there. That was weird. Professor, a newspaper reporter, is here. Did you have an appointment for an interview? It's about the clock tower murders, isn't it? I guess they want to sensationalize this Scissor Man, who really doesn't exist. Who really doesn't even exist. Scissor Man. It'd be cool if he was real. Huh? Just a joke. That sounded suspicious. I don't like you. You seem evil. You're gonna betray me like Miss Mary. Miss Mary was evil. That's a bear. Can I just go ahead and leave? Very good. I can just leave. Now, what am I gonna look around? So in order to move, I have to kind of like click on the sides of the screen. See? And you can move in the areas you wish to go. Now this is how you determine whether or not you play as Jennifer or you play Helen. See, if you talk to this guy once, then you play as Helen. If you talk to him twice or more, then you play as Jennifer. So, hello. Oh, Professor. A newspaper reporter was looking for you on the first floor. Well, thank you, Harris. Oh, thank you. Now, I'm playing Jennifer, so 2 times. As Jennifer, she's already gone home. Was there something you wanted to see her about? No. He's always so gloomy. He's top-notch, though, that's for sure. But then... and he doesn't say anything else, so we'll continue on. So that's what determines if you play as Jennifer or Helen. And of course, now I shall be playing as Jennifer. I'm gonna go ahead and click this I want to go into thank you, elevator. Into the elevator, Mr. Barton. First floor. I like how if you click 3rd floor, though, he'll sit there. There's no reason to go into the 3rd floor. See, I'll show you. There's no reason to go to the 3rd floor. I hate to waste time. Well, okay then, Mr. Barton. To those newspaper reporters. Oh, Professor. I am the one who called you from Oslo Weekly News. My name is Nolan Campbell. And this is Tim, my cameraman. It's a pleasure. I'm a bit busy. Please keep it brief. And then you have to click on him. See, this weird stuff. Then I'll get right to the point. Have you been able to figure out who the murderer is? I can't say anything for sure yet, because the victim's testimony lacks credibility. Oh, do you mean the victim that's testifying? That'd be Jennifer Simpson, wouldn't it? Yes, but what about it? What about her? Oh, nothing really. It's just that we saw her leaving a few minutes ago. And since we'd run into her, we asked her for an interview, but she refused. Smart girl. You just said her testimony lacked credibility. I know what you're going to say. That monster she was talking about, the Scissor Man, and whether he really exists. Or not. That's it. That's right. That is what our readers want to know. Because the existence of this Scissor Man has become a symbol of terror among youngsters. Yes, and that's because trashy gossip magazines like yours have sensationalized the whole thing. Ouch, that hurts. Not much I can say to that, is there? Mr. Barton just putting it there. He was like, this is what I think. I applaud him for that one. He speaks his mind. Well, let's start from the conclusion. It's fact that there was a murderer who used a giant pair of scissors as his murder weapon. But that doesn't make him into an immortal monster. We're just dealing with some odd screwball. But what about what she said? She was scared. She thought she saw something. Oh, I see. But, okay, that's it. Interview's over. There's something I must be attending to. Ah, well, okay. I understand. Thank you very much. Sorry I couldn't be as much help as you had hoped. Mr. Barton, I have to get back to the lab. I'm expecting another survivor of the clock tower murders. There wasn't a... He is supposed to be a young boy about 10 years old. There wasn't another survivor, was there? Another survivor of the clock tower... I thought Jennifer was the only one who survived the clock tower murders, unless Scissor Man's striking in several areas. But I assume the clock tower murders means the people murdered in the clock tower. Which would mean I don't remember any Edward. Or, his name is Edward. But, I don't remember any, other survivors. But yeah, his name's Mr. Edward. Now, there's Mr. Harris and the stone statue. Now, this is important. Oh, that's right. I still need to get an expert opinion on this statue. Oh, that's right. I still need to get an expert opinion on this statue. Now, I need to go ahead and talk to Harris, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him take it to someone. Professor, the boy that survived the clock tower murders is here. Oh, has he arrived already? Yes, he's waiting in the therapy room. Is there something I can do for you? And now I need to click on the statue, I believe. Oh, that's right. I still need to get an expert opinion on this statue. I should probably ask Professor Sullivan, the head librarian at the Metropolitan Library. Yes, but there was that old butler at the Barrows mansion named Rick. I'll show it to him first, to see if he knows anything. I'm pretty sure he lives in the suburbs. I could ask Harris to show it to him. Ask Harris, yes or no? I'm gonna say yes. Oh. that means I'm out of time. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes in the next episode, where I'll say yes, and we can continue this basic opening sequence. Wasted some time due to graphical errors and such, and I'm gonna go ahead and fix some of it, I hope, off screen. So, see you all then.